Hello everyone, welcome to another Table Talk video. We have some big changes coming for us in 2025. But before we get to that,
we're going to review all the things we did in 2024.
So first off, we went to a couple conventions. We have Tantrum and Dice Tower West. So at Tantrum Con, that was a really fun convention we had at the beginning of the year. It's probably happening now or very soon.
Yes.
Anyway, so I really enjoyed that con.
I did too. We got to play a lot of games, and there was some hot games that we got to try out.
Meet the guys at Tantrum House, which was really cool. But some of the cool things are games that we left thinking about and really enjoyed would be Apiary. That was a really fun one. We got a taste of the White Castle.
Yeah.
But our favorite one
that
leaving that convention
got to play, and we played multiple times, which is surprising. Usually we just play a game at convention once.
Is Wyrmspan.
Yes.
So if you're into Wingspan, Wingspan with Dragons. I mean, if you want to know a little bit more, we did do a video on, I think like a comparison video of sorts, review of this game. But really enjoyed this one. As you mentioned, we played this one multiple times. It's like the only game we played multiple times.
Yes, it is the only game we played.
Or maybe, only game we played multiple times. But we really enjoyed it, and yeah. So, Dice Tower West, that one was a very enjoyable convention for us as well.
Biggest convention we've been to.
We did have a couple hiccups, but the overall experience for just the convention, that was a good time.
If you want to know more about both of these conventions, we do have review videos.
Go check those out on our channel. But yeah, so Dice Tower West was pretty cool. Got to meet some other creators and stuff, but also got to play a lot of demo games and prototype games, which is really fun because they had a whole room dedicated to prototypes. We spent quite a bit of time there.
Yeah, so other conventions do have prototyping, but this one had like a whole booklet. They had a big schedule. There was a lot more prototyping happening at this convention compared to the other conventions we've been to.
They also had a lot of demos going on, probably 20 tables at least set up for demos that were being rotated out, which was pretty. I mean, it was a lot. But I'd say that I think one of our favorite games that leaving that convention that we get to try out was Windmill Valley.
Yes, so we didn't get to play a full game because, there's so many.
So much stuff to do, so little time.
But I love the mechanism of Windmill Valley with the spinning of the windmill and, getting your action in the theme of tulips.
Yes, so it's, windmills and growing tulips. A very fun game, very enjoyable. I played this over with iHeart Board Games, so I'm sure they have a video out. Look out for that. But anyway, so that was our two conventions that we went to.
Yeah.
For the year. Speaking of iHeart Board Games, so memorable one is we get to play with them.
So one of the favorite games I got to play with iHeart Board Game is Dune Imperium Uprising. And I'm specifying Uprising because we had the first edition Dune Imperium, and I actually like Uprising more. It emphasizes more in the battle aspects.
The combat stuff.
The combat, yes, and I like combat.
I'm not a huge fan of, which is probably why I prefer regular Dune Imperium.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have an emphasis. I do like some of the expansions that we've got to play with.
It definitely adds more things to do, which to me was like a little bit too much things to do, but a lot of people like the expansion. They like the extra action and stuff.
But yeah, some other fond moments or memories that we have playing with them. I played Dead Reckoning with them, which was pretty cool. Also, Festival Season, it hasn't even come out yet, I think. It's going Kickstarter, or hasn't. I think it was on Kickstarter when we played it. But those are some pretty fun games that I enjoyed.
My favorite Legacy game that we played with them was Sangrado Legacy. I really enjoy getting to color the coloring book, which I thought was like, oh, I don't like you play it once, you color, and then you're done. But that's how legacies are, and I really got to enjoy coloring in the stained glasses.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed playing that with them as well. That was really fun. But moving on, other games that we got to play or were introduced to this year, regardless of what year they came out, would probably be, one of them being Mantis.
So that is my favorite party game. The reason being is it has a big player count of 6. It's very easy to teach and learn to play the game. And because it's so quick, we can play multiple times. So like a new gamer that is not really into board gaming or just a light game party game person can play this game once and go, oh yeah, I get it. And then we can play another round, and usually we play a couple of rounds, so.
Yeah, it's easy to play, fun, a lot of people can jump in. Really good. Really good.
So yeah, that is my favorite party game that we played in 2024.
One of my favorites that we played, introduced to co-op wise, was Diceborn Heroes. This one made the rounds in your family a little bit once we brought it over, and I really enjoy it. It's a fun kind of co-op-y dungeon crawl, or RPG essentially in board game format, where everyone's a class and have dice and determine what actions they can do, trying to beat up monsters. Which it's a really fun co-op.
It reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm not a fan of co-op, but I can play this game. The one downside is some of the rules are not clear, so you just kind of have to house rule some things.
The rules can use some work.
Yeah.
But that's not why we're here.
Okay.
That's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that co-op introduction as well. Let's see, what else we got?
So, Sea, Salt, and Paper is my favorite light game that we played in 2024.
This one's constantly coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so small. I think we just need to keep this in our pocket.
I like that it's portable, but basically it's easy to teach and play. It is one step higher than Mantis in the strategic area. So,
but it's equally as simple of flip a card or draw a card. Kind of like that. That's the main mechanic.
The scoring,
complex part.
Yeah, and so it's a little bit more strategic, but it is a light strategy game that I like.
Let's see, what else do we have? This year we're sent quite a few games from people, which I appreciate all of them as well. But my favorite that was sent to us would have to be Amiibunnies.
Yes, Amiibunnies. I like how each character has a unique way to win, and I like that they rate the characters from easy to difficult. And it's a very cute theme.
It can be a little deceiving for how complex it is, just because it looks really cute and very kid friendly, and we got introduced to this at a convention and stuff, but. We played with some kids that were there. That was fine. But when we try to teach it to some of our kids in our local groups, it was a little complex for them.
Yes, the kids that we played with were a little bit younger, and it was a little difficult for just first time plays. But as long as you have someone that knows how to play it, it definitely runs smoother, and they can kind of walk you through the characters and their win conditions.
Yes. So that would be my favorite.
And it's the most unique game that we have too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my favorite kid game that we've been introduced to in 2024 is Tic-Tac-Toe Bolt.
Also sent to us. Thank you.
Yes. The reason is Tic-Tac-Toe is such an easy game. Everybody knows how to play, but there's a twist to this one. There's 3 different ways to play: solo and 2 players, and
there's a memory thing going on too.
Yeah, no, that's the solo play. But yes, and it's portable, and all the kids that got to play it love Tic-Tac-Toe Bolt.
But yeah, so speaking of 2-player stuff, one of my favorite 2-player games.
So my favorite 2-player game of this 2024 is Boot the Halls. So I enjoy Boot. We have all 3 versions of it. And Boot the Hall just has another twist on Boot that it definitely makes you think. It's the most strategic one of.
It is the more thinky of them.
Yeah,
with a
of
whole
the three.
three-dimensional tree and this ornament element. It's very intriguing.
Very cute. Well, if you have a chance to try it, try it. But our overall, at least my overall favorite game of 2024 is The White Castle.
Briefly mentioned, we got to test this out at a convention, and then we got to play
a full game
with some friends who had a copy.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have our own copy. So,
The White Castle, I enjoy how strategic it is and how tight the game plays. Like, every turn you do matters, and I feel like it's a 60-minute game. Obviously, the first game you play is not always as quick, and it might run longer than 60 minutes, but like when we play, it just feels short.
Every time I've played this game, I feel like I was the player that slowed us down. Let's put it that way.
Well, but I feel like it's a really tight game, and
It's
I enjoyed.
Yes.
You know, it's like, oh, I need another turn, but that's it. That's the game, and you don't want it to run too long, and it doesn't run too long.
But one that we really enjoy is the White Castle. But my favorite game that we've gotten is Fromage. It's simultaneous play. It's pretty unique, and it's got this whole wheel that
the
Lazy Susan. It goes around, the board changes, and you get pieces back when they're looking at you and things. It's really fun. You can go check out some of these games. We have videos on. Some of them we don't. Actually, no. I think we have video, at least an unboxing, on most of these.
So with Fromage, it is what's it called? Every player starts with something slightly different.
There's some a little asymmetry. Also, the whole board is modular in a way that it can be set up in a kind of a random order.
So I like how you can have different powers where we draft in the beginning. That's a variant play, and I do enjoy Fromage.
Yeah, so Fromage is one of my favorites, the number one for me, at least this past year.
2024, yes, and something exciting to look forward to in 2025.
Or at least the Kickstarter coming is the standalone expansion for this. Formaggio, which can be played on its own, and it's Italian cheeses. So I'm looking forward to, looking into that and potentially seeing how we can get our own copy. Maybe we'll back it. Maybe we'll wait for retail. I'm not sure yet, but that's something I'm looking forward to. Moving on, so things that we're looking forward to 2025, this being one.
It's a Kickstarter for Planet Unknown.
Yes, so we backed Planet Unknown. They are really close. We should be getting it really soon. So that's something we're both really excited and trying out, because it's going to be coming with the expansion, which is...
We have played Space Planet Unknown. We played it a couple of times, but we haven't played the more advanced play, and so we're excited to try variants of Planet Unknown, plus trying the
expansion that throws in. Yeah. So that's some of the games that we're looking forward to in 2025 and beyond. But the life-changing news that we teased at the beginning of the episode.
So we probably won't be going to any cons this year.
That's probably most likely going to happen, as well as if you've noticed or you've been watching iHeartBoard Games, Bernadette has kind of stepped away from that, and I will be stepping away as of essentially now as well. And that is because we have a Player 3 coming.
Yes, so we're very excited for Player number 3. There's potential that our upload schedule is not going to be as consistent as before.
Maybe a little bit more chaotic and sporadic.
But with Player number 3, we are going to be able to try new things.
But yes, so we're probably going to be adding quite a few more children games into our collection as well. But yeah, things are definitely going to be changing in a very big ways for us going forward.
Yes. So that is our review of 2024 and our expectations of 2025.
So please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye for now.